Episode 374. Today we're talking about some standouts in yesterday's matchup between the Blackhawks and the Ducks. And we saw a very competitive game, and Chicago was able to take over us towards the back half too, and they were able to take control of possession and being able to manage the puck. And there's some times in the third period where they looked a bit out of touch and just trying to control the puck bit and trying to manage the play, but they continue to get better throughout the game. In the third period, they look like they improved, and it wasn't a high scoring game, but you look at the guys who were able to create a lot of volume as the best players. It was Connor Bedard and Frank Nazar, and that's what you need. And they were able to get that offense out of them, and that was especially important to be able to have that regularly. And obviously, when you're talking about some of the other guys that were noticeable on the back end, Alex Vlasic, Wyatt Kaiser, Sam Renzel, all those guys were showing some flash, some tenacity, and some offense in their game, and that was allowing them to be able to control plays and being able to control situations too. So that allowed them to be in really effective control, and they were doing a great job there. And I thought Ryan Donato looked really good too. He was buzzing throughout this game. He's been on a bit of a hot streak throughout the last few games now, and he's just continued to improve in all situations and being a reliable defensive player, being a shutdown guy, being a two-way winger who can provide and chip in offensively is something that he does a good job of. And he did so throughout this game. So he was effective there. And then you look at some of the other guys and how they're able to manage the puck and manage the tempo. Wyatt Kaiser is one of the more underrated guys. He's been one of the more unsung guys throughout the season so far. He's been very effective defensively, moving pucks up ice, being a two-way defenseman, but more of a shutdown guy too. And another guy who can play in every single situation and being able to manage the puck and the tempo and the rhythm is something that comes a little more natural to him. And you forget sometimes he's what I believe around 23, plays a very mature game. It plays like he's a veteran in a league, and I think that's something that's really intriguing when you're talking about his game is how he's able to do that and how he's able to just be an effective puck mover in all situations. So he looked great and he was noticeable. And some other guys who did a good job, I thought William McCabe was noticeable in the PK once again. They had to kill a few penalties once again throughout this game, and he had to show up a little bit more, especially using that straight line speed, that tempo, and just being able to be and show some rhythm in his game. And yeah. And as for Anaheim, Jackson Lacombe, very noticeable in transition, moving pucks up ice, being able to kill plays defensively, being able to angle guys out defensively, and just being able to use his feet is something that he does a great job of and does a pretty good job regularly doing that. And Mason McTavish was noticeable as well, had a lot of shot volume in this game, had a goal, and was creating a lot of offense. And so he was doing a great job there. Looked really noticeable in all situations as well, and was doing a great job. And back at Seneca, Cutter Gauthier, some of the younger guys were all really noticeable in terms of how they were able to create offense and just being able to be active in transition, especially in that 3-on-3 overtime period as well.